about question number 13. Explain the following terms with examples. Codominance and incomplete dominance. So we have to explain codominance and incomplete dominance along with their examples. So first we are talking about codominance. So if a plant having yellow colored flowers fertilizes with a plant having red colored flowers. If a plant having yellow colored flowers fertilizes with a plant having red colored flowers, then in the F1 generation, all the progeny will have orange colored flowers. This is because both the alleles are present in the dominant condition and expressing themselves together. The phenotype is actually a mix. The phenotype is a fix in F1 generation, and this is known as codominance. The example, if we talk about the codominance, the human blood group AB is an example of codominance. If any individual is having blood group AB, then both the alleles A and B, as both the alleles are dominant, they are expressing themselves together in a hybrid condition. So the blood group in the individual is expressing as AB. This condition is known as codominance. Whereas if we talk about incomplete dominance, then in this condition, the genes of an allelomorphic pair are not expressed as dominant or recessive, but they express partially. And if we talk about the example of incomplete dominance, we have an example of NCERT as snapdragon flowers. We know that snapdragon flowers are red color and white colored. There are two plants having red color flowers and white color flowers. But what we found in the F1 generation, all the progeny are having pink color flowers because they are not expressed as dominant or recessive. They are expressing themselves partially. The result which is found in the hybrids of F1 generation are partial result, or the result which is intermediate of their parental genes. So now we are going to write the answer 13. First we are going to talk about codominance. We are going to write about codominance. What is codominance? If a plant having yellow colored flowers and fuses with a plant having red colored flowers, then all the progeny of F1 generation will have orange colored flowers. If a plant having yellow colored flowers fuses or fertilizes with a plant having red colored flowers, what we are going to see in the F1 generation, all the progeny will have orange colored flowers. This is because both the alleles are dominant. And expressing themselves as a mixture. as a mixture. So both the alleles are dominant and expressing themselves as a mixture because, so this is a co-dominance. This is co-dominance. Co-dominance. If we talk about the example, then example of co-dominance is human blood group. Human blood group AB. Human blood group AB is the example of co-dominance. If we talk about the next part, that is incomplete dominance, then incomplete dominance. In this, the genes of allelomorphic pairs are not expressed as dominant or recessive they expresses partially and forms an intermediate result in a hybrid of F1 generation. Now, if we talk about the example, a famous example of incomplete dominance is given in your NCERT, that is snapdragon flower. In the parent generation, the parents are having white colored flower and red colored flowers. When they produces their progeny, the F1 progeny, all the progeny in F1 generation are having pink color flowers, which is intermediate result of their parental gene. So this is the complete solution of question number 13, and this is the basic difference or explanation of the following terms such as co-dominance and incomplete dominance along with their examples. We have human blood group AB as example of co-dominance and snapdragon flower, which is showing pink color flowers in the F1 generation. All the progeny showing pink color flowers in the F1 generation is the example of incomplete dominance, where the intermediate result is coming out of their parental gene. So this is a complete solution of question number 13 over here.